Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti from AG Languages. Today we are going to talk about essay organization, and the essay we will be reviewing is this one. The task is, how does nonverbal communication affect the way we express ourselves to others? Give reasons and examples to support your response. All right, so that's the question. And we are going, the essay has four paragraphs. All right, four paragraphs, an introduction, first body paragraph, then it also has the second body paragraph, and it has a conclusion. The introduction has 97 words, as you can see here. The first body paragraph has 102 words. The second body paragraph has 121 words, and the conclusion has 56 words. In this video, we are not going to correct grammar, punctuation, vocabulary. We will focus on organization, which is the task. How does nonverbal communication affect the way we express ourselves to others? Give reasons and examples to support your response. Okay, so let's take a look at the introduction. It says, we are used to communicating with our words, but we don't notice that on a daily basis we use a lot of signals or gestures to express our ideas to others. Nonverbal communication is a way to express ourselves to others without using words. Our facial expressions or the movement of our hands are the perfect example of nonverbal communication. However, nonverbal communication can affect the way we express ourselves in two ways. First, it can increase the power of our ideas. First, it can increase the power of our ideas that we're making. And second, it can reveal our mood to others. Okay, I would use here the, yes, so that it sounds better. First, comma, it can increase the power of the ideas that we're making. And second, it can reveal our mood to others. That's awesome. So, what can we say about this introduction? Well, it has a hook, which is the first part of the paragraph, right? This is a hook intended to get the reader's attention. Then we have background information. And as you can see here, this is defining what nonverbal communication is. Then the other part of the background information is giving you examples, right? Examples of nonverbal communication. And cool. So that is how we can use the background information to define something or to provide general examples of something so that the reader can understand what you're talking about. Now, here, I don't really like this thesis statement because you have like the two things here, I mean, two sentences that are saying basically the same thing. So I would get rid of this one because you don't need it. And I would just stick to this short thesis statement because here I can see that nonverbal communication can affect the way we express ourselves in two ways. So this is about the effects or two effects of nonverbal communication, right? So we have a hook to get the reader's attention. We have background information defining nonverbal communication and also giving general ideas or general examples on nonverbal communication. And then we have a thesis statement that tells you what the whole essay is going to be about. Then I will copy this and I will put it here. Okay. So according to this, let's read the topic sentence and let's see if the topic sentence is connected with a thesis statement. Okay. It says, first of all, nonverbal communication can increase the power of our ideas because it connects with our words and gives them more impact. So here, if I read these, I can tell that the first way in which nonverbal communication affects communication is by increasing the power of your ideas. So nonverbal communication can make your message clearer. I think that's what this student is trying to say. For example, when we're happy, we move our hands more than we are used to, and we smile a lot, showing that we are in a good mood and that we are excited about what we are talking about. These kinds of gestures and facial expressions can be used in a positive and negative way, because sometimes our gestures can mean something disrespectful, and that's when we have to be careful when we express our point of view. Okay, so question: what is this student talking about? Increasing the power of your ideas. Do you see that the rest of the paragraph is about that? Mhm. First of all, the topic sentence, in my opinion, is too long. You should finish here, or this student should finish there. That's it. And here, delete this and just introduce the reason. So, in that way, you mention the first topic very straightforwardly, and then you provide a reason. It says it connects with our words and gives them more impact. Okay, impact. So it increases the power of our ideas. That's what she's trying to say. And then she's giving an example. Mhm. She's giving an example about how your gestures and body language can make you feel more excited, right? However, here she's talking about the dangers. The dangers. All right. So she's not giving me more examples. She's not giving me more examples of how this happens. In how can gestures and body language increase the power of my ideas? She's giving an example here about what? About your mood, right? About your mood. But maybe I can have an example of about how it affects or how it enhances negative feelings, because she's only talking about positive feelings, smiles, right? And then she's switching into the dangers. Yes, but this is not clear because here we have a fragment. What is a fragment? All of this is just a group of words that is not connected to any sentence, right? So, what is the mistake? She has a period here. So, that period is killing the sentence because it is creating a fragment. That period is isolating all of this part of the sentence, and all of the underlined part of the sentence is just being isolated as a group of words without any meaning. Mhm. Why? Because this is a subordinating clause that starts with a subordinating conjunction. And if it's subordinated, or I mean, if it's a subordinating clause, it is a dependent clause and it depends on another clause, on an independent clause. So what happens? You cannot put a period here and separate the dependent clause, sorry, the independent clause from the dependent clause. So what do we need? We delete that one. So that affects the way in which you organize your ideas, because if you put a period here, then reading your paragraph is not going to be so easy, right? Okay, so the first suggestion here: make your topic sentence shorter. Okay, don't use because in your topic sentences. No, do not use because in your topic sentences. You can introduce a reason in the next sentence and then an example. This is beautiful, right? But to be honest, this is the only way or the only part of the paragraph in which she's talking about how a body language um, increases the power of your ideas. She's not saying anything else about that. That's why we have XXXXXX right here, because we need more ideas about this fact, right? She's switching to something different, okay, to talk about a danger. All right, now let's move on to the next one. And here we have this one. On the other hand, nonverbal communication can also reveal our mood. Okay, when we are tired, we make gestures and expressions that show people that we are slower or slow, lazy, or not giving our 100%. Our emotions are expressed by our mood, and this can be beneficial or not. Sometimes it can affect the way we want people to perceive us without our intending to do so. For example, you can be in a class exhausted but trying to hear the professor, or listen to the professor, right? I should say your eyes are closing and you use one of your hands to support your head. Probably the professor can think that you don't want to hear the class or to listen to the class, but that's not the message you want to convey. Nonverbal communication does not inquire intent. Okay, so we have some problems here. Here, the student is introducing the topic sentence and saying that all of this is about what? Revealing your mood. The previous one is about increasing the power of your ideas. Body language, nonverbal communication can increase the power of your ideas. This is the only relevant part of the whole paragraph, all of this. So we need to improve that. And in this case, you are talking about how nonverbal communication reveal your mood. Okay, and she's talking about it, she's giving a lot of information. However, there is a problem. There's no, in my opinion, a smooth transition from one sentence to the other. So it's not clear to me how the whole stuff, the whole group of sentences, is connected. Mhm. So, of course, it's true that I have, for example, here, right? But why is she saying this? Nonverbal communication does not require intention or intent, right? Why is she saying that? Well, to be able to get to all of those conclusions, you need to organize your ideas like this. Okay, you need a graphic organizer before you start writing, right? And that graphic organizer will help you analyze the things that you want to talk about, right? For example, in the first paragraph, this is what the student is saying, okay? She's saying that nonverbal communication increases the power of your ideas. How? It has an impact on your words. That is the first reason. And you can see that when you smile, when you use your hands. Yeah, that's a positive example. Yes, but maybe there's a warning. Oh, body language can have a positive and a negative effect. So we need a disrespectful, an example of a disrespectful situation. But this type of organization is not in the paragraph. That is why it was lacking information. The same happens with the second body paragraph. The student hasn't been able to understand the connection among the sentences. So she hasn't thought about the fact that it's true, she's talking about how nonverbal communication reveals our mood, but she's starting with a negative example that sounds like a warning. And then there's a consequence that shows cause and effect. And then there's an example of that cause and effect relationship. And then she's describing the example, and she is then closing her idea by saying why it happens. And now she needs to show the importance of what she has just mentioned by moving people to act. So this is a strategy, correct? And now she needs to understand this strategy, and then implement the strategy in the paragraph. So that is what she's trying to say. However, we don't have transitions, connectors, subordinating conjunctions, or just coordinating conjunctions that can help us make her point clear. So that's what you have to do when you write. Okay. And now let's see the conclusion. To close up, you have a closing phrase. Nonverbal communication is very powerful and it can affect the way we express our ideas. Okay, this is the summary of the thesis. It has the power to increase our opinions and give a better emphasis on what we are trying to say. Another important thing is that it can reveal our mood even when we don't have the intention to do it. You have the closing phrase, you have the paraphrasing of the thesis statement in yellow, you have the summary of the two body paragraphs, but you need your final thoughts. Maybe you need to move people to act. You can encourage people to think, to reflect upon the importance of your essay. So that is what you can do in the conclusion. So final comments and final thoughts. This is a very nice essay. It has a lot of information. This is a very good student, and but there are some problems, right? We deleted a sentence, one that was right here. It was not necessary. You already have here your thesis statement. You don't have to be specific here. You can be specific in your topic sentences. Okay. What is the problem with this paragraph? You have a topic sentence. However, you are not developing your point fully because you are only talking about your topic here. Here, you are introducing something different, talking like sending a warning, right? However, there's no linking or transitioning between the two ideas. No, we need something like that here. Or maybe another example, and you just get rid of this, right? And in this paragraph, what do we have? We have a straightforward topic sentence. However, when I read this, it's hard for me to see how all of this is closed up, is wrapped up at the very end of the paragraph with this statement. So, what is the suggestion? Make sure that you understand what you're doing in the paragraph, what the function of each sentence is. Only then you will be able, only then eh, eh, uh, ideas flow, right? Or do ideas flow, I should be saying. Great. Here, this is the conclusion. You have the closing phrase, the paraphrasing of the thesis statement, the summary of the body, and you need your closing words. So thank you very much for watching this video and see you next time. Please visit agelounges.com and you can watch more videos on essay organization. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.